Well, gang, here we are. Welcome back, everybody. All right. Course completion notification. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? More hours in the books. The infamous hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac Whopper song. I know, I haven't put this playlist in a while. I had outdone it for myself. You really outdone yourself this time. Okay, let's see. Let's see that volume. All right. Perfect. How dare you use the driveway to turn around? How dare you? No, that wouldn't count. Bear, where's the bear? Very, very quiet. Timeless. Make it timeless. Exactly. We'll be right back. That's what we'll do for now. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. Right now we have.
Most people fail at trading and investing because they are focused on.
This is what we're gonna do. This is the plan. You feel me? If you know what's going on. It's that mouse. You can choose to get into the aggressive now. It's up to you, not financial advice. Do whatever you want to do, of course. If you want to wait for the modest, that's up to you. Totally fine. I mean, it is dropping kind of harsh. Kind of kaharshi. Kaharshi-darshi. We will be making a new thumbnail, yes. We must. This mouse, I don't know. Change the batteries. That helped. That did help. But it's not enough. Like, it drags itself at times. Drags its feet. News happened 4 minutes ago. Let's see how this 5-minute candle closes. If you want to get on the modest, now's a good time. If you want to wait, that's good too. In this case, when you see this, I would suggest wait a little bit. Like now would be, if you want to take it now. Now would be Supremo, BMO. Let's see how it looks on the 15. Yeah, that would be okay. So make sure you have your stop loss. Of course, make sure you have your stop loss. Never get caught with your pants down. We are in the buy. Not in Dubai, but we are in the buy. So we must celebrate appropriately. Oh, baby. This guy we haven't used, actually. Not this year. We haven't used him this year. So, I think we are overdue. Well, if you're going to just pop up. Bull, bull. The thumbnail we'll have to redo to make sure we attract the right people. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We must redo the thumbnail. What? Two. How it's made. Oh, okay. No, wrong one. This would be Scobar 360. Oh, 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 oh. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look at him dance. Look at little Marvin dance.
To his point, how did this person hop on the song? I'm like, yo, you think anyone can make Drake hop on the song? So I'd be like, y'all better be careful what y'all wish for, because now the man that was like, yo, oh yeah, I rock with that. I'm gonna do a song with you. Come hop on my video. He was that was his thing, bro. That's going. No, it's not really going. In the sense of like, no, it's not. It's not as a. It's. Well, we're not saying it's going, but I felt like he may not do it anymore based off of what just transpired. Because I felt like he felt like you like Trey big. I felt like we went with Trey everyone that he helped, and now
Facts. Yep. People take advantage. Now they're going to pay the price. Maybe we should make it live. Live on the live. Live on the live on the live on the live. We could do, I guess. Nah, we'll try this. Content creators. Music. Content creative. Hey, Michael Freyer. Our music. What is this? Let's check this out. To our whitelist. Get instant access. Look at that. Gold buy now from Athena. But we're already in it. We're already in it. Because we're ahead of the curve. Can we listen to it here? Something went wrong. Fine. Fine, fine. Nope. Don't get me copyright strike. Striker. Striker Scyther. New pets. New pets. That's exactly right. That's why they're dancing. Because they're enjoying themselves. We're gonna make a new thumbnail. I'll just make it here in the live. Let's see what we can come up with. But if we're done before that, then so be it. But it's all good. If we make it live, we make it live. Make it live, we make it live, we make it live. I'm just gonna see what templates I have to work off of that we could use. We could keep it. You know what? That's actually a great idea. We will keep it. Same theme, since it is part of it at the end of the day. So we'll do that. But before we get there, we have look up some things. Let's make sure Trump and Marvin don't keep crashing. Make sure you monitor your trade. For those that got in on the modest. Remember, not financial advice, for educational purposes only. ICE arrest 956 Sunday as nationwide raids continue. Trump fully put his foot up Colombia's butt. And Colombians are getting upset. My background is Colombian. Trump did the right thing. I'm not even American. Trump did the right thing. The Colombian president didn't accept, he did afterwards, he didn't accept the deported flight. He didn't accept the flight with deportees that had criminals on it. Now I'm sure that that flight had actual criminals that were illegal, and it probably had some innocent people that were illegal that could be labeled as a criminal by default, because if you're not there legally, that makes you a criminal, even if you're an innocent person, if you know what I mean. But if you're there illegally, you're breaking the law, period. It sucks, because if you're a nice person, you're obviously just looking for a better place and a better life. I get it. But the responses that Colombians are giving are so stupid. See, White House says Colombia will take deported migrants. The government of Colombia has agreed to all of President Trump's terms, including the unrestricted acceptance of all illegal aliens from Colombia returning from United States, including on U.S. military aircraft without limitations or delay. White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leave It Alone said in a statement emailed to The Hill Sunday. That's what I'm talking about. Where'd it go? Everything just froze itself. Nice try. Nice try, Diddy. Nice try. Get a $1 brewed iced coffee. Do you know how cold it is outside and you're promoting iced coffee? You know how stupid that sounds? It's -8 degrees with the wind chill. Feels like -8 degrees Celsius. You know what? Why don't you treat yourself to a $1 iced coffee? I don't think so. I think I'm good. Everything's gonna be okay. Yeah, like I was saying in the chat, if it doesn't hold this level, she's crashing down to the next one. So make sure you have your stop loss ready. If it's a failure, it's a failure. We've had a very, 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 very good track sheet, I guess you could say. So if today's a loss, it's not the end of the world. Confirmation of training.
That's probably just more.
3. Who will hold the title? Why is he moving like that, though? I didn't move him.
Probably do half and half. That's probably just more.
Ah, yes. The good old bait and switch. If you got in on the modest and you want to be super greedy, Don't be super greedy. Don't be that guy or girl. Oh yeah, White House bricks. '90s era hockey, proper hockey. Damn, this guy's stacked. In Squid Games, there's also a guy doing crypto. He's no break in my career. Where is this? Content day in session. Okay. That's a very good lesson. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's all me anyway. It's all me. Yeah, that's pretty accurate, actually. Pide aquí. Let's see if he goes in English. Manda. Damn, this guy's for real. I never thought of that. So they're always receiving resources. That makes so much sense. Whoa, wrong. No, wrong one. Shoot. Russ. Google recommends using Chrome. Well, it's too bad for Google. Because I'm not doing it. We're not fucking leaving. Not looking good, bruv. Not looking good. These are good sounds. Scanning for viruses. Scanning. Can you download them all?
3, 2, 1.
Download them all. Absolutely. Yeah. Take them all, baby. We'll take them all. Manda, caray. Manda. 3 of Trump's most controversial cabinet picks set for hearings. What are they trying to do now? More Senate hearings are scheduled for President Trump. Trump's cabinet marking a significant week ahead for some. Robert Kennedy, Trump's choice. Department of Health Services will have its first hearing Wednesday. The former Democratic presidential candidate who dropped out endorsed Trump. Yes. His nomination alarmed some concern about his record of spreading misinformation regarding vaccines. Really? Talk about nonsense. Talk about propaganda and nonsense. Oh yes, I'll play your ad for 1 minute. Sweetheart. Looking good, sweetheart. Joe Biden joins Black Masonic Lodge as Master Mason member. He is black. Joe Biden is black after all. Iraqi lawmakers pass a bill that critics say legalize child marriage. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. State Department issues a widespread pause on all foreign aid except for Israel and Egypt. Okay. I'm assuming by Egypt they mean Palestine? In a way that would make sense from my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know who's in charge of Palestine right now. I think they recognize Hamas, the group, as a terrorist group. Like, not a political group or a government group. So if they were to provide... I'm just guessing. I don't know. I'm just guessing. So if they were to provide some type of aid, it would be to Egypt in hopes that they look after Palestine, I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Because I'm assuming the only reason why they're providing any type of aid is for that conflict. Oversharing is not honesty. It's an ADHD response. Shut up. Why isn't this loading? Why isn't this loading is the real question. Military assistance. The immediate order shocks State Department officials. Stop work orders. Well, it allows exceptions for military financing to Egypt and Israel, as well as emergency food assistance. It restricts aid to key allies like Ukraine, Jordan, and Taiwan. The guidance raises potential liability risks for the government due to unfulfilled contracts. A report will be prepared within 85 days to recommend which programs to continue or discontinue. Okay, cool. Volkswagen prepared to hand its factories to Chinese electric car makers. What? This sucks. Volkswagen prepared to hand its factories to Chinese electric car makers. This really sucks. This really, really sucks. I'm a fan of Volkswagen, and the whole point is that it's German engineering. It's a German vehicle. That it's top quality. I've heard mixed things about the Chinese electric vehicles. So I don't know. I don't know why they would do that. Executives at the car making Titan signaled they would be open to tie-ups with Chinese rivals to use some of the excess capacity in their factories as they scale back production. Chief executive of Volkswagen's Audi brand told the Financial Times that deals with electric car companies would lower entrance barrier of the competitors. Eponymous. Never heard this word before. What is this?
Eponymous.
Eponymous. A hardy few examples. A hardy few climbed to another refuge. Alberto. I. Named after the eponymous king of the Belgians. What kind of a stupid ass example is that? Of person giving their name to something. Okay. So, Volkswagen's eponymous VW. Why would you have to say it that way? We're open for any discussion to any topic, with any partner. This sounds desperate to me. In a dynamic world, you have to keep all options open. It comes after Volkswagen last month abandoned plans to close its German factories, bowing to pressure from unions to keep its sites open, despite sliding sales. So their sales are declining, and the union workers are striking or fighting. And their plan is to move their factories to China to make the bar to entry for their electric vehicles cheaper than the competitor. Look, it sounds good. Like, sounds like a business strategic move. Let's reposition ourselves. We can outprice our competitor with better cars, sourced better. Not better, but cheaper. But by doing so, you're actually ruining your brand. People don't go to Audi or Volkswagen. Number one for electric vehicles. And even if they did go to them for electric vehicles, even if they did, you don't go to Volkswagen for a made-in-China car. You go for a German car. If you're gonna have a German car made in China, then what's the point? Why buy a Volkswagen? Buy a Kia. At least you get some Korean quality in there. At the time, Volkswagen said the deal would help it to make more than 15 billion. Whatever. I've never seen this one. What is this? I don't know what currency this is. What's this? Yuan? Yeah, yuan. What currency? Sterling. Oh. I didn't know that that was the symbol for sterling pounds. I had no idea. What the heck is this thing? I'm scared to click it. Because if it's some nonsense, I'm gonna get more of it. News Nation. News Nation. Your money. What happens if you don't file your taxes? You go to jail. Very simple. Same in Canada after so many years. LDS Church calls Netflix series dangerously misleading. The Church of Jesus Christ. The show depicts an event known as the Mountain Meadows Massacre, where local Latter-day Saints aided American Indian allies massacred about 120 immigrants traveling by wagon to California. While historical fiction can be illuminating, this drama is dangerously misleading. A revered prophet and courageous pioneer is, by any historical standard, egregiously. Learning new words today. Make sure you have your stop loss ready. Make sure your stop losses are in place. You don't want to be caught on the wrong side of a falling candle. Storytelling hides realities, hinders. Okay, cool. So they just don't like the way that they're making this show. Got it. A lot of extra words we don't need. Tupac murder suspect faces new charges after Las Vegas jail incident. What's the guy's name again? Yeah, that's him. That's the guy. That's the guy. Keefe D, who is accused of orchestrating the 1996 slaying of Tupac Shakur, appears in court during a bond hearing at the Regional Justice Center. The man accused of orchestrating the murder of Tupac faces a new charge following an incident inside jail. Probably fought somebody. Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, 61, was charged Sunday with battery by a prisoner for an incident inside the Clark County Detention Center on Friday. Of course. He was due to appear in court Tuesday on a new charge. A judge set bail at $50,000 for the battery by a prisoner charge, though Davis has a higher bail amount for the murder charge. Last week, the judge hearing the murder case declined to dismiss Davis's charges, saying he had no immunity in Nevada. Duh. Davis has publicly said he was sitting in the front passenger seat of the car, which pulled up side by side with Shakur before September 96, near Vegas Strip. Marion Suge Knight, the then head of Death Row Records, driving the car. Shakur sitting in the passenger seat. Knight was injured in the shooting. Shakur died from his injuries several days later. Davis' trial was scheduled to begin in March. Wow. This was serious clickbait. Serious clickbait indeed. Across the nation. Mama Patty, reunited with 4-year-old found alone at the border. Politics, crime, weather. Bird feathers found in engines of crashed Jeju air jets. Belarus rulers claims landslides in sham election. Sao Paulo storms brings floods. Vigil held. Okay. New Zealand eases visa rules. Do 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 do. All right. I say so. Brazil slams U.S. after dozens of deportees arrived handcuffed. Brazil's government expressed outrage on Saturday after dozens of immigrants deported from the United States arrived by plane in handcuffs, calling it a flagrant disregard for their rights. The foreign ministry said it would demand an explanation from Washington over the degrading treatment of passengers on the flight. The spat comes as Latin America grapples with U.S. President Trump's return to power, bringing a hard-line anti-immigration agenda promising crackdowns on irregular migration and mass deportations, which he said he was going to do. when the plane landed in northern city of Manaus, Brazilian authorities ordered U.S. officials to immediately remove the handcuffs, the Justice Ministry said in a statement. "31 computer technician was on the flight after 7 months in detention in the U.S. On the plane, they didn't give us water. We were tied hands and feet. They wouldn't let us go to the bathroom. It was very hot. Some people fainted. It's horrible." Recounted the nightmare of people with respiratory problems during the 4 hours. Look, should people be treated that way? No, they shouldn't. But even if these are people that got caught with expired visas and stuff, it's like a casualty of war, sadly. He's looking after his country. And if these people are there now technically illegally, they've now broken the U.S. law. Are they a criminal like a murderer? No, they are not. Not at all. But if the country is setting a hard line in the sand to give an example of, like, to set an example of, like, don't come here illegally. They have to do this. They don't want to do this, but they have to do this. It's like, this is going to hurt me a lot more than it hurts you. And that's just how it is, unfortunately. Because the idea is for the Brazilian government to put Donald Trump on blast, and the US on blast, be like, why did you do this to our people? Same with Colombia. Be like, why did you treat our people this way? Because what do you think he's going to say? Don't come here illegally. If you don't want that to be you, don't come illegally. Go get your papers. So now people that want to enter illegally will think twice. And that's what he wants. It's exactly what he wants. And they're walking right into it. Bum ba-dum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum ba-dum. DeepSeek. Chinese AI chatbot DeepSeek sparks market turmoil. Shares in major U.S. technology firms have plunged after a rapid rise of a low-cost chatbot built by Chinese artificial intelligence AI firm. The DeepSeek app, which was launched last week, has overtaken rivals including OpenAI's ChatGPT to become most downloaded free app in the US. US tech giants, including AI chip maker, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Meta, all saw their share prices drop on Monday. That's today, 25 minutes ago. Where were we? Solomon Grundy, born on Tuesday. Monday. China's chatbot was reportedly developed for a fraction of the cost of its rivals, raising questions about the future of America's AI dominance and scale of investments U.S. firms are planning. More fear-mongering. Last week, OpenAI. Hello, Rosanna Rose. Joined a group of other firms who pledged to invest $500 million in building AI infrastructure in the U.S. Trump, in one of his first announcements since returning to office, called it the largest AI infrastructure project by far in history that would help keep the future of technology in the US. Honestly, they have no idea what the hell they're doing. It's almost like the space race of the 50s to be the first country on the moon. To get to space and then to get to the moon. Make sure you have your stop loss. If you're in the trade, make sure you have a hard stop loss set with your proper risk to reward, all that jazz. DeepSeek is powered by open source DeepSeek model, which is researchers claim is developed around $6 million, significantly less than the billions spent by rivals. Okay, so the game is changing. The AI game is changing for sure. 1111. This idea of low-cost Chinese version hasn't necessarily been forefront, so it's taken. Auschwitz. Year of the Snake. Oy, 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 oy. How did we get here? News Nation, this was Disclose. BBC. Yahoo News. 90.
It's probably just more.
Three-minute read. That's nice, they tell you. Do you have an attention span of 3 minutes?
Need their lumber because we have our own forests, etc., etc. We don't need their oil and gas. We have more than anybody.
Etc., etc. We're bringing in finance senior autos reporter Pras Subramani. Now, I know already folks in our Canadian bureau are pushing back on the oil part of the Trump comments there. But what is how much of our autos are imported from Canada, for example? What effect could all of this have?
So it turns out about 10% of the cars that we buy here in the U.S. are made in Canada, which is not nothing, but 225,000 vehicles a year shipped over here. They actually buy more U.S. cars in Canada than we actually buy of Canadian cars. But anyway, if we were to get rid of that and bring that, reshore that or onshore that production, TD Economics did a report on this, finding that it would take about 5 new plants would need to come online in the U.S. to make up for that production, which is not nothing. That's a few $1 billion each for a plant to make. Then it takes years to build these plants and everything. But in the long term, if we were to have a full-on war a tariff war with Mexico and Canada, that could add something like $3,000 per car to the price of a new vehicle. So That's a significant amount of money for people to pay just because of tariffs, right?
Okay, I just want to freeze frame on something you just said. We sell more cars in Canada, American made cars, than Canada sells cars into the U.S.
Oh, much more. I think it's around 1.6 million cars made in the U.S. are sold to Canadians, whereas we only buy 225,000 or so from
So
Canada.
if they did a retaliatory tariff,
Exactly.
that would be a problem.
Exactly.
The other thing that the Alcoa CEO highlighted today is that if we tariff aluminum that comes into the U.S., because even if the cars are made in the U.S. and sold in Canada, they're made with sometimes components or raw materials that are imported.
Yeah.
So the cost of aluminum that goes into U.S.-made cars could also increase.
Definitely, and the TD report did not include that in their examination. I think Canada makes something like 900,000 metric tons of aluminum that's used in the U.S. that's made in Canada. Imagine now tariffing all that. Aluminum's used in stuff like suspension components, engine castings, even parts in Boeing airplanes, right? That all goes up because of the fact that
And soda cans.
Alcoa have to go get aluminum from places like Australia and in Asia, right? And ship it over. That costs more money when they could just make it in Canada and bring it over here.
Yeah, exactly. Precisely that. Almost everything Trump did in his whirlwind first week.
Centrum, a multivitamin scientifically formulated to support a healthy foundation for every...
Oh my God, commercials. Did you have coffee this morning?
Week one of
Yes,
Donald
sir.
Trump's second presidency, and
Yes,
a
I
lot
did.
has happened.
Right here.
On Monday, he was sworn in.
I was saved by
Thank you.
God to make America great
Thank you for
again.
asking.
Two
wasn't
more
enough
speeches,
coffee,
a rally, and a press conference would follow, and executive
Getting
orders,
sleepy.
26 of them. They brought a declaration of a national emergency on the U.S. border with Mexico, pardons for many involved in January the 6th, withdrawal from the World Health Organization, withdrawal from the Paris Climate Agreement, the Gulf of Mexico renamed the Gulf of America, and restrictions eased on oil and gas exploration. There was this too.
There are only two genders, male and female.
On Gaza, the president said he wasn't confident the ceasefire will hold and added,
It's a phenomenal location. On the sea, best weather.
by this point, a gesture by Elon Musk was getting attention, and the president's day ended with 3 balls and some dancing to YMCA with a sword. Tuesday brought another part.
Rosanna's right,
of
that is
Russell
the song.
Brand, who ran a dark web marketplace where illegal drugs were sold. Trump called those who'd prosecuted him scum. It was announced all government diversity staff would be put on paid leave, and a $500 billion AI startup was announced, to which Elon Musk responded, they don't actually have the money. On Wednesday, Trump called on Putin to stop the ridiculous war in Ukraine, or Russia would face sanctions. Then on TV, the president appeared to hint Joe Biden could be prosecuted. And on security protection, former Trump Secretary of State Mike Pompeo had his revoked. So had former national secretary on university staff would be put on paid leave, and a marketplace where illegal drugs were sold. Trump called those who'd prosecuted him scum. It was announced all government diversity staff would be put on paid leave, and a $500 billion AI startup was announced, to which Elon Musk responded, they don't actually have the money. On Wednesday, Trump called on Putin to stop the ridiculous war in Ukraine, or Russia would face sanctions. Then on TV, the president appeared to hint Joe Biden could be prosecuted. And on security protection, former Trump Secretary of State Mike Pompeo.
Did you hear that?
Then on TV, the president appeared to hint Joe Biden could be prosecuted. And on security protection,
Joe Biden
former
could
Trump
be
Secretary of
prosecuted
State
for
Mike
what?
Pompeo had his revoked. So had former National Security Advisor John Bolton. Both allegedly faced threats from Iran. Thursday brought another speech. Tariffs were mentioned, as was the idea of Canada becoming part of the US.
You can always become a state. And if you're a state, we won't have a deficit.
In Seattle, a federal judge blocked Trump's executive order to ban birthright citizenship, calling it
Access this
blatantly
article free.
unconstitutional.
No.
And the president ordered documents on the assassinations of John F. Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy, and Martin Luther King Jr. to be declassified.
That's a big one, huh?
The week ended with images of deportation flights. Anthony Fauci, who led the US response to COVID, had his security revoked, and the president left Washington unconstitutional. And the president ordered documents on the assassinations of John F. Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy, and Martin Luther King Jr. to be declassified.
That's a big one, huh?
The week ended with images of deportation flights. Anthony Fauci, who led the US response to COVID, had his security revoked, and the president left Washington for California and North Carolina. In his inauguration speech, Donald Trump had declared,
The golden age of America begins right now.
however you describe the Trump presidency, it's definitely begun.
Centrum, a multivitamin.
Well, he's
scientifically
clearly
formulated to
busy. He's been a busy bee. Busy, busy, busy bee. What happened? What happened? I don't know, my mouse died. Change batteries. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
3, 2, 1.
Wah, all the way home. Will today be the first official loss in a long time? Not if we end the live before it happens. Ha 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 ha. No, I'm kidding. Who's this big bird? Donnie. It's taking forever to load. Oh my god, the president's making out. my god. Do. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, that's how you know. Okay, so what we're gonna do is end the live. We're gonna end the live. If it breaks that price, she's done. Okay, it's an L. Anything below that, the trade is a loss. Okay, so I don't know where you have your stop losses. Make sure you manage your proper risk to reward and all that good stuff. But anything below that, I'm calling it a loss. So if you're still in, great. If not, maybe enter now. It's up to you. We'll see how she goes. Make sure you manage your risk. All that fun stuff. And we will see if we go live again tomorrow. Maybe if you are a bunch of good boys and girls, we will do that for this fine group of people. Pop goes a weasel. So make sure that you manage your trade. If it wins, it wins. If it loses, it loses. And other than that, keep smiling. Don't let anybody piss you off. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. If you like to see Donald Trump and Marvin dancing, then tune in to see it again. And yeah, thanks for hanging out on the live today. See you on the next one.